Bonus question. So you provide the data, and the technology, and all the insights. What is then still holding some companies back of going that way?
Really good question. I think, one, there's a lack of expertise within those organizations. They haven't done it before, almost by definition. This is new for most organizations, and it requires an understanding of the big picture. Like, what are we trying to accomplish? What's the strategy? What's the big go-to-market? And then how do all of these things that we're talking about fit in? How do they help us accomplish those things that we want to do with our go-to-market strategy? And because most organizations don't have people who've done this before, it's kind of, the blind leading the blind in a lot of cases. Plus, we've got new technologies that are coming into play. You actually need these new technologies to do this kind of stuff. And again, if your business doesn't have expertise in these things, it's going to be very difficult and painful to do that. So I think there's, and then I would add one other thing, like the biggest impediment to doing all of this right now is probably the culture of organizations. The cultures are aligned to this way that we've done things for the last 15, 20 years. Leads, more, driving people at that. And that often takes an outside voice to help change. Like almost always takes an outside voice, or it takes new people coming in who are already on that bus. But for the most part, what it's going to be is an outside voice who comes in and says, here's how it works. I'm a neutral party. I'm not marketing. I'm not sales. Here's how it's worked. Here's how leading companies are doing it. Here's how we've helped other organizations do that in the past. So I think that's really important for most of these kinds of transformations that have to take place. And I think that's actually one of the words that we probably need to use. It's difficult to use because it sounds like a lot of work, but the truth is it is. It's a transformation for organizations. And so a lot of times that requires people who've been through this before, who can have the trust of both marketing and sales leadership to say, okay, I understand your skin in the game is just making this work. It's not being more marketing or being more sales. So for me, that's one of the things I think is really critical, is bridging the gap between the level of expertise you have on the staff today and what you need to have in the future, and also the conversations that marketing is having and the ones that sales are having. How do we get everybody together? Typically going to need some other voices to come in and help with that.
It's about weaving new fabric.
New fabric, yes. How about that?
Okay.